I mentioned previously that Palia may tell stories through books or poems, and today I wanted to explore where I got this information from and why I think the practices that led to it are a good thing for development teams as opposed to individual creators or small groups. The idea is what they call hackathons, which makes sense since it's already an actual term, and also apparently has been a surname since at least 1869, but that's a different tangent. A hackathon is typically a collaborative meeting of a large group of people for computer programming purposes. In the case of Singularity 6, they hold one yearly, and instead of being a free-for-all, the ideas are pitched beforehand, and cross-disciplinary teams are formed from within the company to work on them. Their blog specifically talks about the author's experience working under the narrative designer, where they worked on writing books for their game. Whether they be how-to, poems, stories, or really anything that could fit within the world, all while cross-checking these against established lore. By the end of their hackathon, they had created more than 30 books for the game. Why do I bring this up? It's not an attempt to paint the company culture in a positive light or anything. I legitimately have no clue what working there is like, and most likely all of these blogs are screened before releasing anyway. Instead, it's to look at the process by which content is created. People naturally work better when they feel valued, and there's no better way to do this than to give them the ability to create their own pieces of work that may live on within the project. This style shows that creative decisions aren't being hoarded or stolen by those above you and makes you feel, as I stated above, valued by them. At the same time, this benefits the project as a whole since you get new and expansive pieces to add or continue to develop that either weren't being worked on prior or weren't even being considered. The big worry with this is that if done irresponsibly or too close to launch, it can create a potential problem of feature creep, where a project just keeps adding more and more features and never actually approaches a real launch window. In the case of Palia, I don't think of this as a major concern because these ideas could be shelved for development after launch for other content drops if needed. However, for a game like Kitori Academy, I would be more wary, in part because a two-man team just has less resources to work with, but mostly because it's a game with a defined launch point, and it'll be judged entirely by what it has at that time. This isn't to say that Palia can't do wrong, it's just that MMO players, for better or worse, tend to be a bit more forgiving of delayed content drops since they've been repeatedly beaten down by poor releases over the past forever now. But really, that's all I wanted to talk about today. You can read through the full blog below, or you can watch this video on my thoughts on Palia's free-to-play announcement. More videos on Palia are also in the playlist provided. Thanks for watching.